Hello Live Wires, Heather Boyd Wire here, and today it's Tip Tuesday. Today I'm making some fun jump ring rings. I'm going to be using artistic wire. I have some 4mm hematite beads and some 4mm miracle beads. I'm using the Beadalon Slimline Series chain nose pliers and round nose pliers, their Glimmer Series nipper tool, the nylon jaw pliers, and their bail making pliers. We're going to start with about 6 inches of 20 gauge wire to create the jump rings. So I am using the smallest size on the bail making pliers. So it's a 2mm inner diameter, and the jump rings end up being 4mm in the outer diameter. You can saw the jump rings, or we are going to use the Beadalon nipper tool, or you can use some flush cutters. We're just going to have to flip the cutters back and forth to make sure the side that you're cutting is flush and that the jump ring ends will line up together. So just keep going, cutting your jump rings until you have enough for your ring, and they make nice little small jump rings that the rings will match the color of the wire you're using for the ring. So just keep going, and then we're going to take our flat nose pliers and chain nose pliers and just line them up so they're closed. So once you've done your rings, we're going to take about 8 inches of 22 gauge artistic wire, and we're going to just make a little half turn on the ring mandrel. And then we are going to add our beads. So for this first style, I am using the 4mm miracle beads. You guys know they're my favorite beads. I will link up all the materials in the description below the video. So we're going to do a rainbow pattern, and we'll alternate the bead with the jump ring. So just keep going until you have enough beads on there. So we're going to measure about 2¼ inches for a small ring. It really depends on the size of your finger. So now we have to attach the ends together. You'll see there's 1 bead on one side and 2 beads on the other side. The 2 beads on the right side don't have a jump ring between them because we want to run the wires through 1 bead at the center back. So you see how that works. You could even do a larger bead and put the larger bead at the front of the ring. This is why we've used 22 gauge wire, so it will fit through the miracle bead. And if you can't get the wire through your back bead, just attach those wires together in a little twist. I like the way this looks, it's more finished. And then what we need to do is wind the wires around either side of the center back bead. So I just clipped one, and we're just going to take one end and wind it around to the side of the bead. It kind of looks like a jump ring, but it's not. It's just the wire that's wound around. It's kind of a seamless ring. So we're going to bend that wire around a couple of times so it's nice and secure. Give it a little bit of a tug, and then we need to clip those ends with the flush cutter. So we're going to clip both of the ends, bring it around and clip it. Then we'll just tuck in the ends with the chain nose pliers, make sure it's not scratchy, adjust it. You can put it on the ring mandrel, and you'll see with the beads it kind of shrinks up in size from the size of the wire. And it makes a funky ring, a little bulky, but super funky. And then if you want to make a ring without the beads all the way around, we're going to do a ring band with 18 gauge artistic wire. This is very similar to my rings to make and sell tutorial. I'll link that up in the description below as well. So just bring the wire around the ring mandrel, and then we're going to make a loop on one of the ends. So bend it out at a right angle, get the round nose pliers and bring the wire around to make a small loop with the end of the round nose pliers. You want to center that loop and then clip the end flush. So once we've clipped the end, we'll get our chain nose pliers and just pinch in that pokey little end. Make sure it's centered. Just do the little adjustments, close it up so there's no gap, and then bend it up at a right angle. So see how much width we need for the beads, and then we'll do the same on the other side. We're going to bend it out at a right angle with the chain nose pliers, create the loop with the round nose pliers, bring it around and center that loop, clip it so it's flush, and then get the chain nose pliers to pinch in that little pokey end. Make sure it's centered and closed, and then we want to bend that one up at a right angle. So that's our base for the ring. This is a very handy way to make rings. You could just put a single bead in the middle, you could put multiple beads. And now we're going to attach our beads. So I tested it to see if I liked it with 4 beads. I found it a little bit wide, so you can do 4 beads if you like. Check it on your finger. And then finally I decided to do 3 beads. So we're going to attach those beads with the wire. 20 gauge or 22 gauge would work well for this. And then bring the end around the band. Just bring it around a couple times. You could go around 2 or 3 times if you like, to secure it in place. And pinch the wires in a bit if you need to. And flip it around and do the same. So you want to give the wire a good tug so there's no gap in the beads. And we're going to bring the wire through on the other side. And go around a few times as we did before. You could trim that wire if it's too long. I tend to cut my wires too long. Better too long than too short. You can always make jump rings or head pins with your scrap wire. And bring it in a few times. Good little tug to tighten it up. We don't want any slack. And then we're going to clip the ends flush on both sides. Just clip it flush. And then from there we'll just tighten it up a little bit and pinch in that pokey end. And do the same on the other side. Just pinch and rotate. And that'll tighten it up so there's no gaps. Adjust it. And you can put it back on the ring mandrel to make sure it's nice and round. And there's your super cute bar ring made with the jump rings. So thanks so much for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more wire art and jewelry making videos. And if you'd like to share photos of your wire art and jewelry, be sure to join the Wire Makers Club on Facebook. And if you'd like to check out my work on Etsy, my husband and I specialize in custom wedding cake toppers and funky jewelry. I also have a mailing list, so if you'd like to sign up below, I'll send you my Wire Art Essentials ebook. You can get the templates in my Etsy DIY shop. Be sure to use the coupon code SAVE25 to save 25% when you purchase 5 or more templates, tutorials, or ebooks in my shop. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you the next time.